Good evening, everyone. It's about 7:30. We're running a little behind. We took a trip down to Fort Smith Lake State Park today. We're ready for Revelation 14. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his Father's name written in their foreheads. And I heard a voice from heaven as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder, and I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. And they sang as it were a new song before the throne and before the four beasts, and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the firstfruits unto God and to the Lamb. And in their mouth was found no guile, for they were without fault before the throne of God. And I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people. That's quite a remarkable verse, verse 6. So there's going to be an angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth. And he's going to preach this everlasting gospel to every nation and kindred and tongue and people, this angel. Isn't that amazing? And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, now listen to this. The third angel followed them, and here's what the third angel said. If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God. So there's also going to be an angel preaching the everlasting gospel, and then there's going to be an angel warning people not to take the mark of the beast. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture in the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. This is what is going to happen to those who take the mark of the beast. And the smoke of their torment descended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and faith of Jesus. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Write, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord. From henceforth, yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labor, and their works do follow them. And behold, look, and behold, a white cloud. Upon the cloud one sat like unto the Son of Man, having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle. And another angel came out of the temple, crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud, Thrust in the sickle and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe. And he that sat on the cloud thrust in his sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped. And another angel came out of the temple, which is in heaven. A lot of angels, doing these different tasks. Another angel came out of the temple, which is in heaven, he also having a sharp sickle. And another angel came out from the altar, which had power over fire, and cried with a loud voice to him that had the sharp sickle, saying, Thrust in the sharp sickle, and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for the grapes are fully ripe. And the angel thrust in the sickle into the earth, and gathered the vine of the earth, and cast it in the great winepress of the wrath of God. And the winepress was trodden without the city, and blood came out of the winepress, even unto the horses' bridles, by the space of 1,600 furlongs. Well, these angels have a lot of tasks to do. One of them preaching the everlasting gospel. Another one crying, Babylon is fallen. Another one warning not to take the mark of the beast. And another one crying for him to thrust in the sickle. And another one saying, coming out of the temple. Another angel coming out from the altar. So there's a lot of angels. I'm going to turn this over to Mark and have him read this. It sounds to me like the mark of the beast is a literal mark. I know a lot of people don't like me when I say that. They try to say that it's something other than a literal mark. They say the head represents the thoughts and the head represents the, writing or whatever. I think it's a literal mark.
And Revelation chapter 14. Looked, and lo, a lamb stood on Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his Father's name written on their forehead. And I heard a voice from heaven, a voice of many waters, a voice of great thunder. Heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. They sung, as it were, a new song before the throne, before the four beasts and the elders, and no man can learn that song. 144,000 redeemed from out of the earth. These are which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. They which follow the Lamb, whichsoever he goeth. These are redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto God and to the Lamb. Their mouth is fine, found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of God. Saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel, to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, every nation, kindred, tongue, people, saying with a loud voice, Fear God, give glory to him. The hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven, earth, sea, and fountains of waters. There followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of fornication. Third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, Any man that worship the beast his image, receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, shameful drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without measure, the cup of indignation. These shall be tormented with fire and brimstone, the presence of the whole angel, the presence of the Lamb. Smoke of their torment is set up forever and ever, and they had no rest day or night. Worship the beast and his image, whosoever receive the mark of his name. Here is the patience of the saints, here related that keep captive commandments of God and the faith of Jesus. Heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Write, blessed are the dead, which die and open henceforth. Yea, saith the Spirit, they may rest their labors, their works do fall them. And I looked, and behold, a white cloud. Upon the cloud one sat like unto the Son of Man, having on his head a golden crown, his hand a sharp sickle. And another angel came out of the temple, crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the throne, I trust in my sickle, and reap, the time is come to reap the harvest of the earth right. He that sat on the cloud thrust the sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped. Another angel came out of the temple, who cows are having a sharp sickle. Another angel came out from the altar, which had power over fire, and cried out of the earth loud, crying and had the sharp sickle, saying, Thrust in thy sharp sickle, and gather the cluster of the vine of the earth, with pity for full right. The angel thrust his sickle into the earth, and gathered the vine in the heart, cast into the great winepress, the wrath of God. The winepress was tied without the city, and blood came out of the winepress, even the horses' bridles, the space of 1,600 furlongs.
Okay, thank you, Mark. Hope you all have a good evening. So the people are going to have the gospel preached unto them, and they're also going to be warned not to take the mark of the beast.